The key to it all, however, is slavery of the mind. This is a guy called Edward Bernays. He's still known today as the father of PR, what we would call now spin. He said, "We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested, largely by men we have never heard of. People are rarely aware of the real reasons which motivate their actions." He called it the invisible government. It's that which dictates perception. I call it the program. One big program. That's what human life is if we allow it to be, from cradle to grave. And I call this hoax, this program, the postage stamp consensus. This is what people are downloading all their lives if they allow it to happen. Get them early and keep them for life. It goes like this. You come out of the womb, well, immediately you are having your perceptions influenced by your parents. Not because they're bad people, not because they're doing it malevolently, but they've been through the process you're about to go through and they've bought it. They think it's the right thing to do to pass it on to you. And then, in a ridiculously short time, what is it now, 3, 4 years? You've come out of the, we've only just bloody got here. And now you're sitting at a desk and an authority figure representing the state is telling you what is, what isn't, what's possible, what's not possible, what has happened, what has not happened, how things are not. They're telling you when you have to be there, when you can leave, when you can eat, when you can talk, when you can go to the toilet. And then you go through all your formative years downloading this program. I'm on the postage stamp, and it is a desperately limited range of possibility, which runs science, which runs medicine, which runs politics, which runs journalism, etc. And if you stand on the postage stamp, you live in the real world. You're credible. But you step off the postage stamp. Actually, I think there's more to know than just that, you know. You're mad, you're dangerous, you're all these things. Stop his meetings. Because the postage stamp consensus is what holds us in perceptual servitude all our lives if we allow it to. And what is the postage stamp consensus? Oh, hold on a minute, I'm getting something. Oh, yes, bullshit. That's what it is. The fewer choices you have, the less freedom you have. And the way the system is structured, money dictates choice in the great overwhelming vastness of human society. And that's why, the real reason why, money is controlled as it is. People say, oh, it's a greed. Well, on one level it is. But the real reason for the control of money and finance globally is control. Now the system says, we have the things you need to survive. So what you do is you do what we say, you work as we say, and then you will earn money from us for buying the things that allow you to survive, and you buy them by giving that money back to us. This is a conspiracy to enslave all of us. And if we don't come together, it will happen. If we do, it will not.
Occupy Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street. Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Obviously, I've heard of it. I've seen it on television.
Whenever you have the taxpayer trying to bail out the elite investors, a small group of elite investors, I think you have trouble.
What is the banking system except almost the ultimate network of parasites feeding off the efforts and the labor of the target population? And the whole banking system is based on a gigantic hoax. And that is, you lend people money that doesn't exist and charge them interest on it. Laws have been passed that allow banks to lend massively more than they actually have. And it's called fractional reserve lending. So when you go into a bank and you ask for £100,000, they type into your account £100,000 of credit, which is money that has never, does not, and will never exist. But you're not paying back £100,000. You're paying back £100,000 plus interest. The interest is never created. So at no point, on purpose, is there even nearly enough money in circulation, theoretical or otherwise, to pay back all the principal of the debt and all the interest on the debt. In other words, people losing their land, homes, resources, everything is built into the system on purpose. You know, one of the things that I talk about is non-violent non-cooperation. You know, the few can't control the many unless the many allow it. I was speaking in Croatia, in Zagreb, and someone said to me, did you know there's a political party here in Parliament that was inspired by your work? And of course, you know, jaw drop, what?
My name is Ivan Pernar. I am a member of Croatian Parliament. When I have seen that there are many policies that government execute and people are opposed to, I wondered if it's possible to create a political party which would reflect popular opinion, popular will, and not the will of this elite establishment, so on. And so I decided to create my own party. Our party name is Živi zid. It means like a living wall. It came because we were obstructing evictions, because the banks evict a lot of people who can't pay off debt. And we claim that in current debt-based monetary system, debt can't be repaid.
So they started ringing houses that were about to be foreclosed and the bailiffs were coming with people who just wouldn't let it happen. And they streamed this live on the internet, and they got a lot of coverage and a lot of interest, a lot of support.
I think the greatest issue is people not knowing how monetary system works. If they would know, they would challenge it and everybody would live much better off. But of course, the government does not want people to fight elite, and in order to prevent them from this kind of warfare, they need to divide society within itself.
Priznaju da mi smo stvorili ISIL, da mi smo ih naoružali, da mi smo ih financirali kako bi maknuli sirijsku vladu. Zašto se onda ne kaže? Zašto se ne kaže otvoreno?
You realize that there is a whole awakening movement around the world. And when I saw what Ike is doing, like, I was a bit jealous on him. Like, wow, look at what this guy is doing, you know? I wish I could do something like him. But I knew I would never be a world-known author or whatever. And I then said, well, I can't do what he's doing, but I can challenge this system against which he's speaking about locally. And in essence, we managed to pass into parliament. In a single year, we almost tripled our support. So there is exponential growth, and other political parties, they are falling down. Because what the system wants is this traditional division, or left, right, center, whatever. Like in Croatia, we would say, I'm Croatian, you're Serb, or you're Muslim, I'm a Christian. And we say, no, no, no. We reject that division. We believe in division between top 1% and the 99% who are not at the top and who are being pressured into supporting the system which is working against them. They're frightened of us. People ask me, are you afraid? I say, no, they're afraid, because people don't realize what's their power. They don't understand that it's people who vote elected officials. They don't elect themselves. So if people control election process, if they participate in it as voters, they can decide who will represent them, and they can challenge it fully.
And it just shows the potential. If people will stop saying, what are they going to do about it, and start saying what we are going to do about it, this political party in Croatia shows what is possible.